silly internet quips that we're throwing at one another, and he was like, I'm gonna come and shit in your affiliate.
I know.
Oh God. Okay. This is not the trolling I signed up for, sir.
Well, at that point I gave up. I'm like, you win. That one's funny. That one made me laugh. So.
But also low-key a real life threat. And now I'm not playing this game anymore.
Well, I guess, except it's the women's room, and then Jen would have to deal with it. So how do I feel?
Well, yeah, truly in that case.
Yeah,
joke's on you.
Wow.
Joke's on you. I don't clean that room.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I
bizarre.
I personally am kind of a little hung up on of all things in that episode to be really tearing apart. It's us being besties, bro.
That's not the first time I've heard that. Not the first time I've heard that.
Listen, being cringe is a staple of my personality, so
I guess.
I give zero fucks.
Yeah. Well,
bring it on. Bring on the cringe. It's literally the definition of chuggy.
It is. It absolutely is. Well, I want to give everybody some context as to what we're going to do tonight and why I asked Dale, because I know Dale's very popular in our community, but not everybody knows you, Dale. Not everyone.
Oh, I'm well aware.
Not as well as we do. Well, so I got a lot of feedback around the podcast, good, bad, and ugly. And I want to be fair. You know, we had Frank on a couple of weeks ago from the CF affiliate group to talk about affiliates buying back CrossFit. And then we had Don on to give kind of the counterpoint, or give the official counterpoint of it. Mm-hmm. And then there's a lot of debate going on between the two. And so I want to be fair and kind of debate the two ourselves, like the three of us talk about it. And the reason I asked Dale is Dale's an OG in the community. He's an affiliate owner. You good friends with Greg Glassman, you know everybody, right? And so I thought, and of everyone I know, I'm like, who will be fair? Who will come in and not just agree with me because they like me? Who will come in and give an honest opinion? And I'm like, that's Dale King. He'll do that. And Dale was nice enough to come on. So thank you, Dale.
Thank you. No,
appreciate it.
Pleasure. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, but you better agree with me. That's all I'm saying.
No, I'm really curious to hear your thoughts on everything that's been going on, Dale, because obviously, to John's point, we've had sort of both extreme ends of the affiliate arguments and the community arguments on the podcast, but there's a lot of in between, and there's a lot of other chatter that's been happening in the community in terms of the overall direction of CrossFit and what we want to see from leadership, what we want to see from the community, who should be in charge, all of that kind of stuff. So I do feel like you have a solid pulse on not only good, solid opinions based off of life experience, just given the fact that you've been in the affiliate space for so long, but also I feel like you just have a decent pulse on what the community is saying outside of just the polarizing views too.
Yeah.
So I am curious to hear, in general, your thoughts on not only the people that we've had on our show, but just the overall kind of hope for CrossFit as a company, as a brand, and as a leader in this affiliate model.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's I find myself spending way too much time listening to all this shit going on. So,
yeah.
I'm glad I have an opportunity to at least express my opinion for whatever that's worth. I'll give you my honest take on it. On folks I've talked to, I'm good friends with Greg. I also consider Don a friend as well. But that, and then I'll just give it to you how. Here's my biggest. One of my biggest pet peeves is people who complain and then don't offer a solution. That is the worst, especially if you're running a small business and people think they're favored by complaining. My immediate reaction is just okay, how are you going to fix it? And then it's just well, I didn't come in here to fix anything. I just came in here to let you know something. So, depending on how we get into this, I'll give you my opinion and then hopefully just be able to offer some sort of solution, I guess.
Okay.
I think the crux of the first episode we did with Frank, and we tried to, we got Don's opinion on this too, but I'd be curious of yours. So when Frank came on, he makes a very strong opinion that he believes CrossFit, and he's right on this, by the way, CrossFit's financially obligated and legally responsible to their shareholders. And Don confirmed that for us. Quite literally said they're legally responsible. But he believes that to mean that private equity values profits over quality. Meaning private equity is just here to flip this thing, move it on, and they'll, turn the quick buck, and they don't care what wreckage they leave in the wake. That was I know that's not a direct quote, so you'll probably do another 14-minute reel railing about that. But I think I'm pretty accurate, right? So Dale, you're a business owner. You own an affiliate, a well-renowned one, and you own multiple businesses beyond that. So I guess that's my first question. As a business owner and an affiliate owner, do you believe that to be true?
That private is basically like a leverage buyout from private equity, and they want to let the carcass rot, or is that what?
Just that they're only in it to make their profit back, period, and they don't have the benefit of the community in their foresight because that is not a part of their end game. Versus Don's belief, which is like, yes, and he said it to us, like, yes, we absolutely, they are owed their money. We have our legal obligations. It is what it is. But I'm trying to build the best brand, the best community, the best affiliate model. And that is the rising tide that will then get these people their financial investment and then some, and they recognize and support that.
Yeah.
So where do you fall?
I think it's just a matter of aligning economic interest. I don't think they're in it to burn it down and try to it's like flipping a house, right? So, just from what I see now, however, well, let me back up a little. It's CrossFit owned by private equity is something we're not used to. I'm not saying that's good or bad, but they have to make decisions that will run a profitable business versus under a sole proprietor like it was Greg.
Right.
So they're going to do things, i.e. layoffs, and various other things they've done that will not sit right within the community. That's just the nature of the beast, especially when it was ran under Greg. And I'm not here to debate what is better. But I just don't, from an outside perspective, I just don't think for them to run it into the ground and try to make it, they don't, it's not an A and B. They have to be able to get as many affiliates as possible in order to run a profitable company. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right. Right. I think the question is from the community and from many affiliate owners' standpoint is this company now going to be only making decisions that bring them financial gain, regardless of what it means for us or for the growth of our businesses or the growth of our community or the growth of the brand? Versus what Don basically said, which was, the affiliates and the what's best for this entire community come first, because that aligns directly with brand growth overall, which is what the end game is looking for in terms of financial gain. He's like, it's one and the same. It's the same thing. And I think, Frank's concern and the concern of many affiliate owners who are with him is like that they don't give a shit about us. They're just going to do the things that get them more money, like charging us, higher affiliate fees.
Right. It's a matter of timeline. Right.
That's interesting. I think Don mentioned that too.
It's a matter of timeline, and this is not like some great and conspiratorial thing. Like PE firms want to flip those companies within 5 years, typically 7 years max. So we're coming up on the 5-year mark, like in 18 months or something like that. So you can do all those things Don wants to do if you have a longer runway. The question is, from a controlling board, is how long is that runway? And how long are they willing to sacrifice profit for impact to get there? I don't think that was, who knows? I think he said 5 to 7 years. And I will say this, I wholeheartedly believe Don is the best person to get us there, if the board lets him do it. That's the thing. it's just like we don't know much about the board, and we don't know their timeline. So that leads to a lot of unknowns and a lot of,